The TCO optimizer is a unique tool in the Coralogix stack that's especially important for elemental data. Allow me to explain. Briefly, the TCO optimizer has 3 different use cases to which users can assign their data. Now, I'm not going to explain this in detail. We do have a course and section over in the Getting to Know Coralogix course that explains this entire tool in detail. But how does it pertain to elemental? Well, media tailor logs, media package logs, CloudFront logs, these can be extremely verbose. And on some platforms, it makes it cost prohibitive to process them. But the wealth of information and insights that are there, hidden away behind a cost barrier, cannot be missed. And that's why we built this tool. Essentially what it does is it makes indexing optional. And by making indexing optional, it drives enormous cost savings. For example, frequent search, here on the left, is the full access package, if you like, including high performance retention and indexing. However, if you choose, I don't need the high performance indexing for this particular type of data, you get a 70% per gigabyte reduction in cost, which is crazy. It's an enormous reduction in cost. And for compliance, it's an 88% reduction. For monitoring, the only difference is no high performance indexing. Everything else is available to you, from alerting, training machine learning models, training anomaly detections, re-indexing the data if needs be, dashboard visualization, live tail, and everything in between. However, let's say you have some data, for example, this user did something on this date. I don't need to know about it now, but it may be asked about it in 6 months. Essentially, your task is cleaning the data and retaining it. And this is where the compliance data comes in. It's extremely useful for this. Now, if you're not familiar with how archiving works in Coralogix, once again, I would recommend looking at the Getting to Know Coralogix course. In summary, archiving in Coralogix is very unique. We push the data to cloud object storage in your account. What this means is that you pay basically very, very little for cloud object storage and no markup. You're paying for the S3 in the AWS context in your account. So when I say monitoring, what I mean is we take the data, we can generate some metrics, update the dashboards, trigger some alarms, train some machine learning models, and then push directly to the S3. The data isn't gone, it simply gets retained in your account. For compliance, we can parse the data, detect error spike anomalies, and we can view it on live tail, and then we push it straight to the S3 in your account. Everything ends up in the S3 in your account. The question is, do we retain it for high performance querying for a few weeks or not? And that's it, really. So for the elemental use case, noisy complex logs are very, very powerful because they can be converted into metrics and they can be analyzed historically. Coralogix supports direct archive query, meaning that even though you haven't indexed your data, you can still query it in a very granular way. That's something we're going to explore as part of this course. You can see in this example, I have gone 100% in the monitoring tier, essentially meaning that we have a 68% reduction on all of our data. This puts the per gigabyte cost at an extremely low point, lower than definitely lower than every single vendor out there. What this means for you as consumers is you can get more data into the platform for the same cost, or indeed less. And you don't have to sample, you don't have to cut corners. You can really truly understand the full coverage of your stream, which has massive operational impact, but also revenue generating potential as well. You can see why streams are failing, you can see where the errors are, and you can fix those problems and fix the gaps in the revenue model that mean that you can fill more ads, you can generate more high quality streams, and therefore maintain more users for a higher period of time.